All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostle, the elder of the great millstone, and to all out across the globe, pushing the word of truth and sincerity, want to say Shalom. Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. You know, we have a lot of pride going around, not only in Israel, but also in the world, with these nations, especially Esau. See, the world thinks that they have time, that Esau is going to, kingdom is going to endure forever, and it's not. People of Israel, Native American, Latinos, so-called Negroes, think they have time to come into the Lord. They have this notion that that they could finish their goals. Once they finish school, they'll serve the Lord. Once the kids get up and go out the house, or when I get enough money, or when I'm done fooling around the world, that I'm gonna have time to I'm gonna have plenty of time to turn into the Lord. But tomorrow's not promised. Us people thinking that we have all this time and we don't know when the Lord is gonna call your number. All right, tomorrow is something that's only Yahweh Shem Yahushai knows. You don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring forth. You may get into a car accident and lose your voice. You may not be here, all right, to turn to the Lord, thinking that the Lord is going to hold up and wait for you to get your life together, or He's going to wait for you to get done doing what you're going to do, what you think that you want to do, and He's still going to be there waiting for you. See, this pride of life has allowed a lot of people to be arrogant and ignorant of the fact that the Lord is in control of time. He's in control of the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds, and the years. And for people to be so prideful and thinking that they can perform and go on with their life and putting the Lord on the back burner until they're ready, then you're going to be waiting. Tomorrow's not promised, man. We got to be mindful that today is the day. All right, let's get this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 5:7. Says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. All right, there's no way to turn unto the Lord. All right, the time is now. All right, it's now or never. See, because in your pride, in your arrogance, the Lord could bring upon you a swift end to your life. You see, thinking that you have time, thinking that you have a schedule, all right, a daily planner for you to do all the things that you desire to do, and that the Lord is going to be here. But the Lord said, what? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. All right, the Lord's judgment is going to come quick as a thief in the night. And in your pride, in your complacency, in your safety, you see, in your home that you didn't work so hard for, the car you spent so much money on, and your children you spent all these years raising, that you're safe and sound, then you'll be ready to turn to the Lord. But the Lord can destroy you. You see? When those clouds crack, when those missiles fall, and the day of the Lord is at hand, it's going to be too late, unless you're part of the elect. But why take that chance? You see, you got the men of the Lord, the prophets, out here sighing and crying, prophesying unto you, all right, that today is the day. You know, there's a lot of people who didn't wake up today, who had plans. The people who made plans last night to go to their daughter's soccer game, all right, to go grocery shopping, to go get the oil change. They didn't wake up to do those things, and yet they thought they had time. Dying in their youthfulness, dying in their fullness, dying in their strength, and didn't wake up today. Now all their things that they have pridefully set forth have come to naught. James 4:13. It says, "Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. But that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that." You know, you guys are planning to get a return on your investments. You know, you're doing Christmas shopping. You're planning for vacations. But you don't know. Because the Lord is going to strike this place down. There's going to be no more buying or selling. No more working in the streets. No more making money. Then what are you going to do? The plans to Jamaica are going to be canceled. That money that you invested is going to be for naught. You know? But yet here you are making plans for 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years from now. Not knowing that your life is like a vapor, like smoke. It evaporates and goes away with no trace of it, man. That's why you hear the brother say, Lord willing, man. Lord willing, I'll be able to come pick you up. You know, Lord willing, I'll be able to do such and such, man. You know? And that's the thing, that's the humbleness that we all must have, knowing that the Lord could just take us away and destroy us with one rough word. See, time is something that isn't promised to us. Time is something that the Lord has set a limit on for all men, even for the elect. Why? Because salvation is coming in time. You see? And we're waiting. We're hastening the day. And how about y'all try to return, man? Lord willing, he returns in our lifetime that we don't taste death. You know, thanking the Lord that we have this understanding that at any given moment we could be destroyed and taken away from him, man. Thinking that you have time, thinking that you have a crystal ball to see into the future. That your children are gonna grow up and you're gonna have grandchildren and great grandchildren. That you're gonna retire and live off the coast of Italy. Not knowing tomorrow you get in a car to pick your daughter up and you get railroaded by a semi. Or you wake up with a terminal ailment. Wake up with a lump on your breast, you know, or a spot on your lungs. When it was all good just the day before. You see? We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we know that right now in the now, which is a gift, the present, we have the opportunity to get back and turn to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Matthew 24:38. It says, let's start at 35. Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. The word hey, the Lord's words are true. All right? They're immutable. They're unchangeable. He said, but of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Not only, and how I doesn't even know when he's coming back. How much more are you going to know how much longer you have to live? As in the days of Noah were so, but as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving into marriage, to the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You're planning for weddings, you're planning for marriage, you're planning these parties, baby showers and birthdays and Christmases and Thanksgiving, going around as if you're going to live forever, living like you only have like you have all day, going about your daily life, putting the thought of the Lord and returning to the Lord on the back burner. The Lord is going to come upon you suddenly, all right, in all of your marrying, all right, and destruction is going to come. And what are you going to do? You're going to tell the Lord to wait and hold on. Let me go to church and pray. You see, the time is now to turn unto the Lord, man. Not thinking that you have tomorrow or next week or next year. So with that, I want to say, Call Halal, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Love honor to the apostle and the elder of the great millstone. Till next time, Shalom and the Bible Ball.